Therefore, my request is, before the Minister concerned, to, if possible, to kindly find a space to set up one de-addiction center in my constituency, Maulai.
Speaker, sir. Reply to start question 117, sir. A, sir, no. B, sir, no. C, sir, no. D, sir, not applicable. E, sir, NAGRIMS is already established by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, through an Act of Parliament in 1987. It is registered as an autonomous institute under the Meghalaya Societies Act 1983. So F, so the intention and purpose of the government to set up the MMDSL is to enhance drug procurement and supply management, ensuring continuous availability of medical supplies, maintenance of medical equipment for health facilities in Meghalaya, standardization, specifications, tender procedures, billing and payment systems to achieve efficiency in drug distribution. G. So yes, as per the Drug Reduction, Elimination and Action Mission, which we call in short DREAM, project setting up of de-addiction centers is proposed. H, sir, details given as per statement laid on the table of the House, sir. I, sir, it does not arise.
Sir, in the course of the reply of the Honourable Minister to question 117A, the answer is no, B no, C no. Sir, I have here a copy, reply of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Proposal to set up more AIMS-like institution in the country, sir. The ministry has received requests from Karnataka, Kerala, Goa, Tripura, Sikkim, Mizoram, Manipur for setting up AIMS-like institute in their states. Sir, here also, in reply to the Committee on Estimates, sir, of the Parliament, the committee would desire to know whether the ministry has plans to set up, has plans to upgrade RIMS or any other medical institutions in the Northeast region in view of the fact that only one AIMS in Guwahati cannot be accessible sufficient to all Northeastern states residents for specialty and super specialty treatments. So, and then you have from the PMESY guideline is to bring health treatment as close as possible to the people of the state. Sir, may I know if other states have written, why Meghalaya has not written so far to upgrade NAGRIMS to AIMS-like institutes? Because why, sir, I'm saying this? A lot of doctors, I think it's all the knowledge of all of us, a lot of doctors from NAGRIMS have left and joined AIMS Guwahati because they have better opportunities for their career, for treatment, for everything, sir. So I would request if the government, especially under the Honourable Minister now, please take this up seriously, otherwise we're going to lose good doctors here, sir. And then a lot of poor people cannot afford to get, treatment outside the state. Very few, sir, can do that. So if we can take it, because the ministry wants to upgrade these RIMS or other institutes into AIMS-like institutes, sir. So may I request the minister, sir, if this can be taken up, then of course here there is that the ministry has cited, financial constraints of setting up AIMS in each and every state in the Northeast. But so we can always argue the case that since we have NAGRIMS, we don't need so much financial involvement because we have land, we have the infrastructure readily available, maybe a little additional here and there, sir. I think we can have the apps. May I request the Minister if this can be taken up?
Honorable Speaker, sir, points and suggestions indicated by the Honorable Leader of the Opposition has been noted, sir. And yes, there is a USP to the word or the nomenclature aims. And there is this feeling that if we have an aims, then we have one state-of-the-art institution in the state. But I want to also rest assure the honorable members and this august house that via this autonomous institute that has been registered for the Negrams, in all probability, it will have as many facilities. It would expand shortly. You must have seen the Ayurvedic Niyas just next door. And there is going to be a state-of-the-art oncology department with very high-tech facilities for radiology and other kinds of facilities. However, since the tag AIIMS means a lot to patients in general, just to inform the honourable member that the former health minister, the honourable chief minister, is well seized and informed of this matter. Honourable chief minister and I had a conversation yesterday where we have already said that yes, we will pursue the matter, and in fact he is just preparing a DO to the honourable health minister, Government of India, to also look into the matter and see whether we can also be fortunate to have that kind of institution in the state of Meghalaya, sir.
Sir. So I'd like to thank the Minister and of course the Honourable Chief Minister also for taking this seriously. Sir, I think AIMS is not only a tax, sir. There are so many other advantages. For example, sir, financial and administrative powers are more powers. So I think, sir, it's not only the AIMS tag. Besides, we do not have, for example, sir, departments we are lacking in this. Endocrinology, nephrology, with dialysis unit, gastroenterology, organ transplant, plastic surgery, burns unit, pediatric surgery, medical oncology, nuclear science, and Negram, sir.
Yes.
At present, we do not have all this. If we have AIMS, we can have all this and ensure that the people of the state and of the regions get all these treatments as close as possible and then ease the financial burden, sir. So I'm happy that you have taken up with the minister, and I trust you because, and sir, I would like to express my appreciation. In fact, I should have started with this to thank the honourable minister for the interactive session where she invited all the MLAs, and we had the officers, the doctors, right from the dispensary level. Sir, we can deliver to the people. Okay, sir. Then, when it comes to MMDCL, sir, I just want some clarification. Because as per this booklet, Meghalaya Essential Drug List, they said it's been incorporated under the Companies Act. So it is written here in page 1213. Meghalayan medical drugs. This is with pertaining to answer F, sir, 117F. Was incorporated on the 13 November 2022 under the Companies Act 2013. If I see the committee, sir, so may I know what I understand, sir, from page 12 of the booklet, Meghalaya Essential Drug List 2023, which has been provided to us, MMDSL was incorporated on the 13 November 2022 under the Companies Act 2013. May we be kindly provided with certificate of incorporation as well as copies of Memorandum of Association, article of association of the company. In page 13, sir, the said booklet, it is mentioned that a committee of 31 members was constituted, but the said booklet has nowhere revealed as to who are the directors of the said company, sir. Though, sir, I'm not a legal expert, but just as layman, I also understand that in a proprietorship concern, there is always a proprietor. Likewise, in a partnership firm, sir, there are always the partner, and accordingly a company should also have the director. This is the first company, sir, that I've come across where there are no directors. And since there are no directors, the question of board of directors does not arise. I also want to know, sir, since the time of incorporation of the said MMDSL, whether any general meeting was ever held. If yes, may you kindly apprise the House, the persons who attended the meeting, and the minutes of the meetings.
You've asked 3 questions.
Yes, sir. May I know which question, sir, shall I first reply?
So, first question is, board of directors. What are the board of directors?
So the board of directors, as you can see in this list of 13, sir, are inclusive of the IAS Commissioner, then you have the Director MI, then you have the Director MCH and FW, you have the Director of Research as well here, sir. I don't have that information because, sir, I was made to understand that this question will come last, but I will assure you that I will definitely have all the information placed on the table of the House. Whether or not this board or... Okay, the next question.
Sir, if it is incorporated under the Companies Act, then may I know who are holding the shares, sir?
I require notice for this reply, sir.
Sir, I couldn't get the answer.
I require notice for this, sir, because this is still in the, in the initial stages. So we are likely to look at all those details shortly, sir.
Sir, as per my knowledge as a layman, a board cannot have more than 15 members. And here we have 31 members. Sir, if you have more than 15 members, then you have to have a special resolution, sir, to include more members. So may I ask the Minister, I think this has to be taken care of carefully because if it is incorporated under the Companies Act, then all this has to be followed. You must have the board of directors who are holding shares and then who operates the account, so on and so forth. So yes, I understand. The intention is very good. Yes, noble. But then, sir, if you are incorporated under the Companies Act, then all those things will have to be followed.
Point noted, Honourable Speaker, sir.
Yes,
Sir, what?
Last question, please.
Sir, thank you so much because I've seen, yesterday we discussed a lot about the drug addiction and the drug issue in the state. I'm so happy that the Minister has given that they're going to start a de-addiction center, sir, because I think we shouldn't confuse rehabilitation center and de-addiction center, sir. Unless a person is de-addicted, he cannot be rehabilitated, sir. So I think sometimes you're confused with rehabilitation center and de-addiction. Unless a person is de-addicted, he cannot be rehabilitated. So I'm happy, and I hope the Minister, and I trust you again, you will set up this as far as possible because a lot of our young people, sir, going through a very difficult phase in life because of this drug addiction. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, to you I would like to know from the Minister in charge, Health, with regards to her reply to question G, whether there is any proposal by the government to set up a de-addiction center. And I'm glad that the reply is in the affirmative, and the statement has been provided for each and every member, where it has been shown that the government intend to set up 2 de-addiction center, and in fact 3 de-addiction center, 1 in West Garo Hills, 2 in West Garo Hills, and 1 and 3 in, no, in fact it is 3
or 5.
5. Whether these de-addiction center will be fully funded by the government?
Yes, sir. These are government proposed schemes. Because if you see that we also have private institutions that are now supporting the war against drugs. So 3 of them will be manned by government officials, yes.
So this is my request, because if we go through, we didn't find that any new proposal there for East Khas Hills district. Therefore, my request is before the minister concerned to, if possible, to kindly find a space to set up 1 de-addiction center in my constituency, Maulai. Because as we can see through media reports, Maulai has become one of the hotbed of drug users. In fact, not just Maulai, but if we look at the scenario presently, the problem of drug abuse, in fact, it is not just urban-centric, but it has spread throughout the state. But more so, when you talk about Maulai, I will request the minister concerned to kindly consider setting up 1 de-addiction center in Maulai, so that it will help the people of my constituency, especially those coming from poor background. Thank you.
Honourable Speaker, sir, I thank the suggestion given by the Honourable Member for Maulai. The DREAM project is a very focused and integrated project which is going to be headed by the Social Welfare Department, sir. And yes, there will be an attempt to make sure that we have these de-addiction centers across the state of Meghalaya. Particularly, there will be a focus for women de-addiction centers, because there are no women de-addiction centers in the area as of now in the entire state, to my knowledge. And sir, it is the practice of the government that it will support all centers like Samcare and others also who are already functioning. But the matter raised by the Honourable MLA from Maulai, sir, has been noted.
We move on to the next question.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Yes. Sir, I would like to just put in a point here, because so what has happened is because of the confusion in terms of the printing of the questions. Honorable Minister today has 12 questions if you look at the reply. And yesterday this question was supposed to be first, and now this question is last, was according to the list. And she obviously must have prepared question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a much more proper manner, and therefore this leads to a bit of confusion. I would request, Mr. Speaker, sir, if this could be avoided in the future, as this really makes it difficult for ministers. As I said, she has 12 questions, and this was her 12th question today. So she must have focused on number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first. That's number 1, Speaker, sir. So another request through you, sir, I would like to request all the members of the House. So this time we have received a large number of questions which have been all mixed in terms of the departments. The question that Honourable Minister received this time was a mix between health and drugs. And drugs, an issue comes under social welfare. Now, I understand that all these questions, when questions like these are asked, then Chief Minister will normally take up questions like these. But sir, there have been more than 15 such questions I have to take up. because there have been multiple departments. It would have been very easy if the honorable members would have just simply put the health question separately and social welfare question separately, and so on and so forth. So if this could be done, sir, it would really make things much smoother. As I said, that this question was a social welfare come a health department question, and the honorable minister would not have the necessary data to reply. And I have already been given more than around close to 15 questions, which are all departmental mixed questions, which makes it very difficult for me also and my team also to go through to all of them, sir. So therefore, there are ministers for specific departments. If the questions can be put specifically to those ministers, sir, I would appreciate that, sir.
Sir, point. Sir.
Sir, I understand the points made by the Chief Minister. So, sir, I think when we put questions, I think it's the duty of the Assembly, sir, to, segregate the questions, sir. Because as far as we are concerned, sir, de-addiction, I thought, was a health issue. Yes, rehabilitation, sir, yes, comes under social welfare. But de-addiction comes under the health, sir. And since we are not experts, sir, maybe your legislation wing, sir, will need to be strengthened, sir. Yes. So, so the issue raised by the Chief Minister will not be repeated, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I assure this House, the points have been noted, and I regret that the reply came late and the printing errors or the technical issues that came up while listing the questions was made. So I regret this kind of incident, but I can assure this House that this will not be repeated in future.